At this point, I'm pretty sure we all know what a megalodon is. God knows you guys will not stop commenting about it in some of our sea life videos. Now, the megalodon is generally agreed to be an extinct creature, but if it wasn't? What if there's a few technicalities to this species? Actually, I doubt that. Either way, let's take a look at these videos here, one that went viral on TikTok, and one about a mystery killer. The 62-foot shark. We know marine researchers use various equipments to conduct scientific studies and expeditions in waters inaccessible to humans. Even if it were possible to dive that deep themselves, it's simply not practical. Here's one example of what deep underwater cameras are able to capture. See that big shark? It was caught under an oil rig near the Gulf of Mexico. No, it's not Megalodon, but boy, he big. Let's get into the meat of this entry. The crew noticed something faintly off about this footage caught somewhere in the Pacific Ocean. The shark fin appears in the vast blue emptiness, close enough for the camera to capture it barely. This footage may make you just say it is a megalodon and go about with your day, but more than likely this is just a different breed of shark, more potentially a Greenland shark, or perhaps even something that's not really carnivorous, more along the lines of a whale shark, although I don't think they actually dwell over there. Carnivorous or not, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to be in the water with that thing. The Mariana Trench mystery? The Mariana Trench, home to the Challenger Deep, which is the deepest currently known point of the Earth's hydrosphere. Of course, given its title, it's bound to pique scientific interest. After all, since we have strange deep-sea fish like the blobfish, anything is possible down there. And I mean anything. This recording came from a Japanese marine biology study. Initially, numerous sharks appeared around the cage, though researchers were perplexed when they hurried off. A few moments later, this big guy appeared. Yep, this is what appears to be a giant unknown shark. From the markings and size, no one's been able to place it into any currently known species. It's estimated to be around 60 feet long due to its proportions in the baited cage. Could this be a meg? Well, I might have said yes if new information not suggested otherwise. Roll the extended clip, editor. The truth of this recording is that it was caught in Japan's Suruga Bay, and the shark in question is a giant Pacific sleeper, which happens to be a close relative to the Greenland shark. As for the new size estimate though, there was a failure in converting units. The bait box, thought to have been 3 meters, is actually just about 3 feet. With the correct measurements in mind, the actual length of the shark is only about 23 feet, nowhere close to what it was believed to be. This entire misunderstanding about it being proof of a meg started when a specific channel over on Facebook claimed it to be a meg due to the faulty size miscalculation. That video hit 700,000 clicks in a few hours and went viral from there. Guess this entry is a bust then, huh? Accidental sighting. Coast Guard's got one tough job. They're military branch focused and responsible for numerous maritime duties, from guaranteeing safe and lawful commerce to busting illegal drug trades. Mind you, that's all on the open ocean. However, one of their other crucial tasks is performing search and rescue operation whenever the need for it arises. After all, nobody wants to die out in the sea. You can probably see where this part's going. As unnatural as it sounds, a few years ago, a supposed Brazilian Coast Guard caught sight of a gigantic sea creature during one such operation. Take a look at this footage right here. We see a rather large shadow passing by a person that they were trying to rescue. Given how high up the rescue helicopter is and how long it took for that one animal to pass through, its length could be estimated to be at least 60 feet. Also, according to the source, despite being up in the air, the creature was not a whale. That leaves only one conclusion. It's a megalodon. However, I'm about 50-50 on that, mainly because one of the claims is already incorrect. Brazil does in fact not have a Coast Guard. I'm not saying they don't have anybody protecting their waters, but it as a real and separate military entity? No. Their Navy takes care of everything for them on that front. Sure, you might say it still is a meg, but it's honestly difficult to say. If, however, this footage does get verified in the future or is currently confirmed and I just haven't seen it, folks, here be a megalodon. From a carcass. This video was captured by a father and son duo in Hawaii in 2009. As they were peacefully fishing out on their boat, the younger man spots something in the distance. When the father spins the camera around, we see it, a partially eaten whale. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's pretty sketchy that not even one person was there trying to poke the thing or stare at it. You gotta admit, it's not often a sight like that happens. When it does, it creeps up your spine so much that you probably won't just leave it be. What's even weirder is the close-up shot. Don't know if my eyes are bad or whatnot, but that doesn't look like it was taken from the same place. Still, if it was, that's far too clean-cut to come from something like a great white shark. However, giving the video the benefit of the doubt, what could have caused such massive damage if the whole thing was real? Sharks are known to be solo predators, so I doubt a pack would have banded together to bully and kill an innocent whale. That could mean only one thing, though. This whale was bitten by a very, very large creature. Though again, the first thought here would have been probably an orca. But do orcas grow that big? You know, if Moby Dick was one. They're about 8 meters at most. Plus they hunt calves, not the parental whale. Also again, the whole pack thing, there's not really multiple bites there. If that's the case though, that points us in one direction. The predator that took this whale down is none other than the mysterious Megalodon. Mistaken identity. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, my proof here isn't all that strong, but hey, I just read the scripts and look pretty. Either way, I am supposed to be convincing you guys about megalodons still existing, but everything we've seen so far needs to be given leeway for us to partly believe it's the prehistoric beast. But perhaps this next entry will sway you. Maybe, possibly. You see that massive shark swim past that ship near the Massachusetts coast? It caused a media uproar, and I can tell you that. After all, it's been posted and made viral through TikTok, the ultimate social media of today, so it must be a megalodon this time, right? Even one person mentioned it in the comments. Yeah, that's a big hard nope. It was very tempting to write it off as one though, so get more points into my corner. In reality, the shark people sighted near New England isn't the man-eating underwater laboratory wrecking shark. It's a huge, harmless, basking shark. What's that though? Well, it's a giant shark, but not of the carnivorous variety. This big guy opens his mouth wide just to eat plankton. He's a filter feeder. Yeah, they're not the man-eaters that some might think. If anything, they're more prone to hiding from us because they've been put to many uses over the years, including being made into food and leather. Fun fact, it's even used as an aphrodisiac in Japan. Okay, there's another bad entry right there. Getting harder and harder not to write off everything. Monster shark. Queensland, Australia. A 3.7 meter great white shark was found mauled and partly eaten by a mystery shark. Surely something that opted to eat one of its kind must be of great length, am I right? Well, actually, yeah, that's right. Though experts believe that the unseen assailant might only hover around 5 meters. Really though, something hardly that much bigger than the deceased predator caused this much damage to it? I mean, just look at those chomps. I'm actually willing to say that something bigger than 5 meters may have taken a bite off of this thing. Still, what do I know, right? So far we've mostly seen Pacific sleepers or basking sharks. But hear me out. Given it hasn't been seen yet and all we see are the bites off the carcass, perhaps the animal is a meg? Of course, that wouldn't explain why it didn't just bite most of the shark off, nor why it took 2 chomps and nearly cut in half, but hey, what if it's a juvenile? Oh, I'm trying here. Either way, that one is possible. I doubt megs are born to be giants right away, at least according to the Britannica. A newly birthed one is at least 2 meters long, so the measurement still fits my theory. That said, it sucks for the people who go to the beach then. If they go in, they might just become the fodder that brings on the juvenile's growth spurt. Washed ashore. Speaking of deceased sharks though, here's one about to be beached on the sand. See how it dwarfs the people around it? Could it be a meg? Let's take a deep dive. According to the CNN article, 5,000-pound shark washes ashore on Long Island, which features the same shark in the video. This creature is also a basking shark. Oh, come on. We may as well discuss it since it still gives us hope of what it could have been. According to Marcus, a man who happened to be at the beach when the shark carcass washed ashore, there were no abrasions on the shark at all. This means that its cause of death couldn't have been from boat strikes or some sort of attack. Likely it had internal damage then, but I doubt dolphins have something to do with it. From what I know, despite their long-standing rivalry with sharks, dolphins don't really go on the offensive. Sure, they can cause massive internal injuries with their snouts, but from what I know, they only attack if the shark attempts to injure one of their podmates. Given that basking sharks are gentle, plankton-eating giants, I really can't imagine dolphins wanting to really tango with them. Whatever the case, though, not even experts and investigators know the cause of death of this one. My opinion, maybe it just ran out of food to eat. It also doesn't appear to be as big as the other basking shark that we saw. Now it's time for the day's best pick. What shark could it be this time? Another basking shark? Maybe a Greenland shark? I'm grasping at straws here. And encounter in South Africa. You didn't think I'd give you false hope for the best pic, did ya? Sure, I may have embarrassed myself all through this video, and I'm going to continue to do so for views, but I saved this for a good entry. Let's put this photo in perspective, shall we? That shark is dwarfing all the people around it massively. Lived in a fantasy world, it's not difficult to think that that shark would have been a magical bust mount of merfolk. I mean, just look at it! All those people combined would probably only take up space around its neck. Outside the fictional realm of the supernatural, though, is there anything we could potentially proportion this to in real life? Yes, actually. Deep Blue, the 20-foot, 50-year-old queen of the ocean. Usually, her great white species and dolphins don't get along, but see her fun little bodyguard? That doesn't show loyalty, I don't know what. Anyway, look at her, with the divers peacefully swimming right next to her. Either way, what does that imply for the sea giant caught on camera by the South African Navy? I don't think I even want to start the calculations myself. Still, I'm sure some of you would say this photo was fake. I mean, maybe, but I couldn't find any contrary proof for this picture, unlike the others on this list. So even if it is a hoax, I have no basis for claiming it as such. It's as legit evidence as we're gonna get in this topic. So finally, guys, here's proof that a shark that's likely the Megalodon existed in recent history. Please let me have this one. NASA photo. At first glance, all of our attention is kind of on the massive oil spill near Sao Paulo. Not to worry though, it's nothing as dangerous as that. It's just a bunch of harmless microbes all gathered in one spot. But wait, what's this got to do with sharks though? You'd be surprised how much you can zoom in on those satellite photos. Watch as they close in on a familiar silhouette in the water. Yeah, right there is a shark. But then some of you may be thinking, what's the big deal? It could be any old shark. Not so. Despite it looking like a speck of dust on the photo unless zoomed in closely, if it were any ordinary shark, why aren't its brethren in the picture with it? Yes, sharks are known to live life solo, but no way no other marine life could have been caught. After all, you saw how wide that angle was. Plus, there's a comparison photo taken at the same resolution at a bus yard. The buses actually look smaller when compared to it. Some people might argue it's something else, but after watching quite a few marine life videos for this topic, I'm tempted to think it's a shark. Kinda like somebody who self-diagnoses themselves over Google rather than go to a doctor. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Super Predator. Okay, last chance for me to drag you guys over to this side of the Megalodon debate, and hopefully this entry does the job. 2003, researchers tagged a 9-foot great white shark as part of one of their studies. However, much to their surprise, 4 months later, the black buck used in the 9-foot subject was found washed up on a beach in Australia. Yeah, according to the data found inside, there was a rapid temperature spike from 7.6 Celsius to 25.5 Celsius, with the creature suddenly taking a 1,902-foot plunge into the depths below. This suggests that the test predator was eaten, and by something big enough to take it down. So what exactly is this super predator, though? You know what I'm here for today, of course. I'm gonna suggest it's a Meg. Otherwise, I wouldn't have thrown this in as my final entry. This one actually is somewhat plausible. The shark itself was not small. Plus, a megalodon that measures up to 15 to 18 meters could easily swallow that thing and the black box. It could then just regurgitate the black box, and the black box would then wash up on the shore, and then I could talk about it. Of course, though, there are other theories. Some say it's another shark of the same species that measured about 16 feet. Yeah, that actually sounds more like my look right there. Still, if you want some spice into this discovery, believing it's a Meg is much more exciting than some shark. See you all next time!